It's me! I'm Peter, and today I'm going to be talking to you about cricket. Not as ill this week, so you lucky pups, well, maybe lucky pups, but haven't had to wait a whole fortnight for another video. I do have a bad back though, which is making sitting for this video quite uncomfortable. I tweaked it playing golf, and now I look like I'm broken when I walk, or at least more broken than I already am. So with this in mind, we're going to go straight onto the cricket chat today. There's also quite a lot to get through, and I know I say this every week and end up inevitably waffling on for a while, but this time I really mean it, because seriously, my back hurts. We've got to cover the final of the IPL. There is the start of the much awaited T20 World Cup, or the carrying on, because it already has started. And I've got to make some obviously terrible predictions again this week. So sit back, relax, and let's get started on this whirlwind adventure. There's a dive into the world of slightly comedic, attempted slightly comedic, and ever so slightly thoughtful chat. Chat based on the greatest sport to have ever existed. Bowls. No, cricket. Cricket, definitely cricket. I want to start today on a slightly different note though, and I'm going to look back at a famous moment from cricket, and on this day, if you'd like. I know we're venturing off into different grounds now on this chat. Who knows where we'll go next? Now, today, the 20th of October, has many special moments related to cricket's past. I'm just going to dive into a few of them here, starting with 1978. One of the most aggressive opening batsmen to have ever lived was born. He played for India, opened in Test and One Day, and I think played T20 as well towards the end of his career. Can you guess who it might have been? Virender Sehwag. Congratulations to any of you guys that said Virender Sehwag out there. Have a brownie point from me. Few that ever watched him could deny his absolute intentions any time he stepped out onto that cricket field. He wanted to hit every single ball to the boundary from the minute one, and did not care if this style offended his viewers or offended his teammates. He didn't care whether it was a moment where the opposition were on top, or whether it was a moment where the batsman needed to just survive. He was going to go out there and he was going to hit every ball. Incredible batsman. Sehwag, in one of those wonderful coincidences of cricket, shares his birthday with another firecracker of the cricketing world. This man being Alan Donald. If you've never seen his duel with Mike Atherton, you know, that one that where Atherton should have been given out about 1,000,001 times. He never walked, and Alan Donald actually had visible smoke coming out of his ears. If you've never seen this, then you need to go to YouTube right now and search for it. Atherton versus Donald. I don't know, something like that. In fact, you know what? Pause this video, go find that duel, and come back. You won't regret it, and I'll let you leave now, so long as you do come back. Go on, off you go. Done? You're back? It's good, isn't it? I just love how Atherton looks so smug about it all and revels in Donald's pure fury. It makes me feel all warm inside. But anyway, on this day that I want to actually draw your attention to is one that took place in 1996. I was 4 at this point, so I'm going to go on record here and say that I don't actually remember this happening, but hey ho, what are you going to do about it? It's 1996, Zimbabwe are touring Pakistan, and it's the first test of the series, and Wasim Akram is in his pomp as one of the greatest swing bowlers to have ever existed. But this wouldn't be a match where he is remembered for his bowling. In fact, in this match, he only took 1 wicket across the whole 5 days. Instead, this match is one remembered for his still valid record, a 257 not out, that makes him still the highest scoring Test number 8. He hit at a strike rate of 70 and beat the then record that was standing for number of sixes in an innings. He hit 12 sixes. That record that he beat, by the way, had been standing for around 60 years. But what I love about this on this day more than anything is that his number 9, Sakling Mushtaq, actually managed to hang around for about the same number of balls as Wasim Akram did. In fact, it was 4 less balls, and they shared in a 323 run partnership. Hold on to that, 323 run. An 8-wicket stand that would be a record for 16 years until Jonathan Trott beat it with Stuart Broad. Well, again, 2 brownie points now if you've got that one. Anyone with quick math skills, though, will work out that Sakling didn't score many runs in that partnership. Wasim Akram scored 257 not out. The partnership was 323 runs. For his 300 odd balls, Sakling Mushtaq actually scored, I mean, respectable, I guess, but he only scored 79 runs. And what I love about this more is that all this effort that Wasim Akram went through was for a draw. The 5 days passed without a victory, which is kind of deflating, don't you think? Well, I had a look as to how the rest of the series went for Pakistan and Zimbabwe. Akram managed to top both the final wicket-taking and final run-scoring charts, and Pakistan won all the other games in the series, all the ODIs and the other tests. So I guess all ended pretty well, I suppose. Anyway, here we are back in 2021, and a week or so on from the IPL final. I have to say, didn't I tell you? You should have never doubted me, and now I can laugh at you all. I could laugh at you all, but I won't, because I'm a good person. But as I bravely suggested, Kolkata did beat Delhi in the semi-final, and Chennai were overall victors. Congrats to them. They were by far the best team on the day, and the best team in the series overall. They deserve to lift that trophy. But after making that fantastic prediction, I now think it must be time for me to make another one. And what better tournament to make a prediction for than the T20 World Cup finals coming up in, well, that's already started. Congratulations to Scotland, by the way, who managed to beat Bangladesh the other day. Fantastic result for them. And I think they won against Papua New Guinea this morning. So again, congratulations to them. I could be super boring and I could say England or India because they are obvious favourites and they lead the way with the bookies to lift the trophy in November. But I want to predict another team that will be looking to go all the way and will definitely not be pushovers in any match. I want to make a case for New Zealand winning the whole thing. Let me explain why I think not only will they go far, but they might well win it. Firstly, they are 2-time finalists in the 50-over format of the game, and we all know those beerest of margins from the last time they got to the final. Disclaimer, sorry, that was a terrible accent, I know. Their 50-over defeats against Australia and England will battle harden them for this tournament. It will put their mindset in the right direction, as will their victory in the recent Test Championships against India back in June. Yes, I know that is a completely different format of the game, but there is an adage that when you're in any sport, that if you win a trophy, the first trophy you win, the next one becomes easier. It makes you cross that line from being pretenders to trophies to real champions. If you want to look at football as an example, if you look at Liverpool and the momentum they built and they took from winning all their trophies, and then conversely look at Tottenham Hotspur, it makes a perfect example of pretenders versus real champions. And New Zealand have managed to cross that line now. They have a fantastic squad as well, an obvious thing that makes them good favourites to win the trophy in my eyes. They have a real good team spirit too. They turn it on for the tournaments. They are united, they are determined, they are gutsy. They're led by Kane Williamson, who is a Kohli level kind of batsman, and they have a new generation of batters to go alongside him. Gone is Ross Taylor. He is fantastic, but he's been replaced by Devon Conway. who England fans will know as the man that is physically impossible to get out. He literally has just turned it on in all formats of the game. They're also set in the pace department as well, with wonderfully experienced Trent Boult, the man mountain that is Kyle Jamieson, and my one to watch for the whole tournament, Lockie Ferguson. Now, he is absolutely rapid and really skiddy as well. Doesn't look like he's going to be rapid. And despite a poor performance in the IPL final, he has proven extremely useful in the latter stages of a T20 innings. Plus, you know, he has good facial hair, pretty good moustache. Another reason to be able to watch him. Now, New Zealand are in what is arguably the harder of the two groups. That is undeniable. They've got to play their local foes, Australia. They've got to play the bookies' favourites of India, and Pakistan, who are Pakistan. I mean, aside from Babar Azam, who is magnificent to watch, you don't really know what you'll get from Pakistan. They haven't benefited either from having to withdraw from their series that they were going to play against Pakistan, which prevented them from having any sort of practice whatsoever before the tournament. But what makes New Zealand my vote for winners is that when you think of New Zealand cricket, and particularly if you go back to the last 50 over World Cup, you think of consistency. And in a format that literally can turn on its head in a few deliveries. If you look back to the Ireland versus Netherlands game, Netherlands were going pretty well, and then Curtis Campher managed to get 4 wickets in 4 balls, completely changed the innings of that game. So with that in mind, consistency is absolutely crucial, and New Zealand have that in abundance. They will fight to the bitter end. They will challenge you. They will play with that dogged spirit that has seen them punch above their weight so many times before. You'll see. New Zealand, World Cup T20 champions. Anyway, I'm going to pause there. That's going to be all this week from me. See, I told you I'd be quick and I wouldn't waffle with this one. My back is just about hanging in there for now. So thank you for sticking out with me for this video, and thank you for continuing to stick with me throughout. Your support is always appreciated, genuinely, as is your liking, your subscribing, your commenting, and your sharing of my channel. All of that helps for YouTube's algorithms to see me and get my ramblings of cricket onto a wider audience. Feel free to check out all the other videos too if this is your first time here. Give them a like and a comment and all that kind of stuff as well. That'd be great. But I'll be back next week with a breakdown of the first non-qualifier group games, as well as a look ahead to the fixtures left in the week. But until then, sports fans, bye.